a much quicker increase than anywhere else in the world. This includes an expected growth in plasma TVs from 1.8 million up to 6.1 million.
Let me repeat that, from 1.8 million to 6.5 million. That's incredible. And what do people look for in a flat panel TV?
Quite simply, size matters. People want bigger screens. The trends for 2010 are largely affected by digitalization. Analog switch-off are happening all over the world. Many of which are around this time. People are replacing their TVs ahead of this change, and when they do so, they buy large screens. By 2010, there will be two peaks in buying trend for TVs, and these are 16 to 29 inches and 14 to 50 inches. In addition, high definition opens up a whole new type of television, which benefit from being watched on a large screen, thanks to the wider availability of movies on DVD and Blu-ray disc. This chart gives some insight into how we see homes looking in the future. We will have smaller screens around the home for information displays such as the news, and then we will also have a central home entertainment system for people to gather together and watch like they would at the cinema.
But to be honest, can cinema or public viewing experience really be replicated on a big screen at home? What's the quality like?
It can be excellent if the right technology is used. Panasonic's strategy is to identify a way of making the very best large screens. We are doing this by using PDP or plasma.
But please tell us why plasma. Some of your competitors are using LCD, aren't they?
The main reason for making all our large screens is that PDP is self-eliminating, which LCD is not. This has many advantages: deep black reproduction, a free viewing angle, smooth motion picture, high gradation, superior in color reproduction, and they use less energy. This means we can make very large flat panel screens while maintaining an excellent quality.
So PDP is the obvious choice for large screens and your best option in an increasingly competitive marketplace. 3-inch plasma. That's massive. That's as big as a car, to make it understandable. How will we fit that in our houses?
Well, it is only 5 inches thin, so it doesn't take up too much space. It's an amazing product that we will be looking at in more detail a little later in this presentation. But if your lounge isn't big enough, we do have PDPs from 37 inches. Our lineup is something we are extremely proud of, and we believe puts us ahead of our competitors. Realistically, the 103-inch screen will be mostly purchased by business clients, for example, to produce amazing shop displays or...
Mr. Fujita, you mentioned mass productivity. How mass is mass?
Well, demand is growing all the time, and we plan to match that. We already have 3 factories producing PDP. When we open our 4th factory in Japan, at full capacity, we should be producing a total of 11.5 million units a year, more than anyone else.
11.5 million a year.
Yes.
Are they all manufactured in Japan?
Oh, yes and no. We concentrate on the actual panel production in Japan, and then ship them around the world for assembly. Assembly locally ensures that we get the products to the local market promptly. Largest 103-inch PDP TV. And we will continue to lead the evolution of large-screen TV.
Well, Mr. Fujita, I guess I'm not the only one to order mine now, and I won't be the only one. Very exciting. Thanks so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Fujita, thank you so much for being here on this Thursday afternoon, the 31st of August. Sounds like what men everywhere in the world have dreamt of.
In Europe to both consumer and professional channels. This world's largest plasma can display 2 million pixels of pure picture clarity and a visible screen of 261 centimeters. Over LCD, plasma has a better motion, has a better contrast, 5000 to 1, and also better color gradation, 4096 steps of gradation.
That sounds sensational. I guess, and I'm convinced, plasma screens deliver the best picture quality, but do the people here in this room and all around the world really know all about that? Are people aware that plasma is so well suited for large television screens?
That's a good question, Gregor. I think it's a good question for all of us. Do people really know about plasma picture quality? Well, I think to know, we have to ask them. So we have to ask the consumers, which picture quality do you prefer? And Gregor, that's what we've done.
So let's have a look at that.
Let's have a look, Gregor. Let's go. Going back to main screen, here we'd like to show you a research made by Sinovate. Sinovate is a market research agency, independent, that conducted the survey in 3 major European countries. The target was to find out if customers prefer PDP or LCD when it comes to picture quality. So what this agency is, picture quality. Now more interesting, after this test, after viewing those 2 screens in the same conditions, more than 73% of the viewers preferred plasma. And that's quite a strong message, because it means that about 20% of the consumers can change their mind if they can experience the plasma quality.
Blu-ray was created by a number of major technology providers. The format was designed to consist both of ROM and recordable from the start, which are designed to complement each other. Utilizing these formats, we can develop a wide variety of high-definition products, including Blu-ray recorders, players, and drives to offer an experience beyond home theater. Is unique, unlike other CE manufacturers. Panasonic's strength is we collaborate with Hollywood to make the most exciting titles.
Blu-ray disc player, and I can present here the DMP BD10. So you heard already how strongly Panasonic is engaged for the whole chain related to Blu-ray. So we don't want to introduce just any device which can somehow play back Blu-ray. No, our target as Panasonic was to offer our consumers the max video details possible. And each pixel is generated from 60 pixels of information. So conventional CPUs only use the information of 16 pixels. So we are maximizing the precision by generating pixels based on nearly 4 times the information. So this kind of pixel by pixel processing allows a richer and much more detailed picture.
As we know now about much more detailed picture, what about the audio capability?
Also Dolby Digital Plus to take advantage of Blu-ray's 8-channel capabilities. And
home cinema entertainment at its best to enjoy full HD from Blu-ray.
So we as Panasonic are creating a full range of complementary products to help you to build the perfect HD home theater. So Fabien introduced already earlier the 65-inch full HD screen. Additionally, we developed a new receiver which is capable of passing through the true 1080p resolution. So we also have perfected a new speaker set, and all of these components are on the same outstanding performance level as our new Blu-ray player. So if you wish to, you can experience the whole system after the show and get a close look at it.
What a wonderful invitation to end with. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Michael, for that insight. Michael Friedrichs.
Thank you.
Epic masterpiece, Kingdom of Heaven, Director's Cut.
Hi, I'm Ridley Scott. I'm here just outside of Manhattan, right in the middle of my latest film I'm doing called American Gangster. I just want to talk about for a moment about Blu-ray. I reviewed Kingdom of Heaven, the long version, which is 3 hours and 8 minutes thereabouts, and I was astounded. It was like looking through a window of clarity. It's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I want one immediately, and I want to thank Fox for distributing my director's cut on Blu-ray. It is really impressive. Get one.
You don't often hear things like that. Ridley's film is truly a larger-than-life experience. He even reconstructed the city of Jerusalem so that the actors could meander through the streets to live the period. The cast reached at one point 30.
Video picture processing, and also an intelligent backlight contrast control system. That allows us to have up to 2,400 to 1 contrast ratio on this 32-inch LCD television. Of course, connectivity is part of the game, Gregor, to see your holiday pictures. There is an SD slot, as well as advanced smart sound system.
We heard IPS Alpha mentioned earlier in this presentation, but to be honest, what does IPS Alpha actually mean?
IPS Alpha, it's the name for the first LCD panel conjointly developed with Matsushita, Toshiba, and Hitachi. One aim to develop this panel is to deliver the best viewing angle ever on an LCD television. Now, viewing angle is quite a feature that we hear a lot about those days. We can hear many competitors, many manufacturers saying, well, we have 178 degrees viewing angle. Now, let me just tell you, there is viewing angle and IPS alpha viewing angle. But to explain you what IPS alpha does provide, let me use the next slide. You can see here in green, this is the viewing angle of a PVA panel. In blue, the viewing angle of an SPVA panel, more recent version.
Truly talented star from the Panasonic Toyota Formula One racing team. Will you please welcome Mr. Jarno Trulli. It's good to have you here in Berlin. I know you had a stressful week, and you had a stressful week. You've been testing in Monza the last days, coming back to Turkey last weekend. That was a difficult race. What would have happened if nobody would have kicked you from behind?
I mean, it has been a difficult weekend in general, and obviously, as you all have seen, the start was very difficult. There was an accident, so it was difficult to get away from it. But in general, I've been unlucky as well, also with the safety car. So instead of scoring many points, I ended up finishing only 8 and 9. So it wasn't the best weekend for me, but nevertheless, we proved a good performance from the general team.
You've been testing recently the last days in Monza. This is going to be a Grand Prix by heart. It's your home Grand Prix in Italy. How is the car shaping up for that special event next weekend?
well, actually, I'm just coming from Monza because I've been testing in the last 2 days. Everything is pretty good. We have just got the new aero package, so we are looking pretty good, getting stronger and stronger and closer to the top teams. Obviously, every race has got a different history, so we will see next weekend. But you know, I'm really looking forward to go to Monza. It's my own Grand Prix, and I hope to do well.
You heard about us discussing HD. This is the latest Panasonic product that hits the markets. It seems like high definition is without any question the next big thing. Have you already gone HD?
Of course, I think it was one of the first because I specifically request a 65-inch at home because I like watching sport in general. Like a big fan of football, so I watched the last Football World Cup, and then as well cycling, motorbike, and you know, races in general. And obviously, the only way to have a good quality and to have a good, smoother and crisper on-screen motion is plasma, and that's the way to go.
Panasonic, ladies and gentlemen, is more than proud to have you here as our guests. Please enjoy IFA and the rest of your...
There you go.
Okay, so there you have the first production 103-inch
Yes.
plasma.
Plasma, yes. Full HD.
Full HD.
1080p.
1080p.
Yes.
So it's in production already now, or?
Yeah, it's in kind of mass production level. And as we explained, the delivery will be November, December.
November, December. But that's really high end.
Yeah, it is.
That's for the Hollywood stars.
Right.
Exactly. And so it's expensive. Yeah.
As I said, roughly 80,000 euro.
80,000 euro.
Plus installation.
Plus
installation.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Insulation.
Installation.
Installation.
Installation. Yeah.
You have
we cannot install this kind of well-largest screen to anyone else. And then we need to check first.
All right.
And then we're going to install it.
But maybe some malls or something, they will have this and display some high quality for the.
Definitely.
And this one is 65 inch. Is also it's new. Is the first time you show it?
Yes, today is the first time.
First time.
Show.
Yeah.
65 full HD.
And this one is much cheaper, no?
Yeah, as compared with 103 inch.
Yeah, how much? Do you know approximately?
12999 euro.
12999.
Yes.
All right. And so it has this new alpha technology. He was talking about.
No, that technology is for LCD.
For LCD, right. Yeah. So okay. Plasma. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So here's a comparative demonstration of LCD Full HD. Of a competitor, it's not Panasonic.
No.
And then you have...
This is Full HD, Full HD LCD. This is HD Ready Panasonic.
Yeah.
And this is Full HD Panasonic. So 1920 by 1080 and 1366 by 768.
All right. 13, what did you say?
1366 by 768 pixels. So 1 million and 2 million pixels.
And 2 million pixels. But I mean, still the source is not the best you can have on the Full HD.
This is the best source you can get. This is the 1080i, uncompressed, with a very high data rate transfer.
I mean, the best source on the market by broadcasters, you mean, or?
Yes, this is the Better than broadcast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's better than broadcast?
Or equivalent to broadcast.
Equivalent
this
to...
is very, very high quality.
Because European HD is 1080i, no? Is that what it is?
This is 1080i.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. So, but what I heard once from a Taiwanese panel, they said that the 1080, the Full HD was not much more expensive to produce. Because now Panasonic are launching Full HD, no?
They're launching Full HD.